So, here's some hot topics, gang, that we can talk about. We have about, give or take 5 minutes on each topic to hash it through. And so let's just cut to the chase. Let's start with student mental health. So,
it's a problem.
It is a big problem. How do you notice that student mental health is changing these days, or what are you seeing in the classroom that's different from when we started out 20 years ago, and what's going on?
Kids have more anxiety, behavior issues, disrespect, but like EBD, I guess. I don't know if that's mental health, but some of it is.
We're seeing in my district right now, my building, what I'm seeing is a lot of broken kids, just a lot of broken kids, and they need good big people in their life more than ever. And so something we've kind of thrown around in our building is maybe what a child needs today is not in your lesson plan, and always keep that in mind.
That is awesome.
And I know for us, there's the hidden mental health concerns, but we're seeing a lot of the real overt. It's slapping us in the face with the needs they have, and we're seeing a lot more of that just real, you can't miss it mental health needs, where it used to be, you'd get a teacher coming in and talking about it a little bit, and then you kind of watch the kid and talk to the kid and get some background, you'd start to see it, but we're seeing it where it's just real, it's hard to miss.
We have a middle school teaming this year, so the four of us, I like that every week we talk about kids that we're concerned about, that are struggling, and some we've been talking about all year, and I don't know that we've fixed anything, but I think the fact that we're talking and being aware of kids and trying to make connections with kids who don't seem to be connecting with anybody else and seem to be introverted and not really socializing with others at lunch or anywhere else.
Sandy, what level are you at?
Sixth grade middle school.
Is anybody high school here?
Yeah.
Okay, are you seeing the same thing at the high school level, and how do you guys address it at the high school level?
I guess I don't, it's more, I feel like are they on an IEP, are they on a 504? And so I feel like you see the resources there. The kids that I try to connect more with are the ones that don't qualify. And so what you see them, they're great one week, they're all engaged, and then something clicks, and then the next week they're like a totally different person. And so then I'm kind of frozen in this, how can I help you? I don't really know what's going on,
Right.
And I think high school, it's hard too, because for your staff, they aren't one of
The first calamity.
So with the high school kids, they're not, for a teacher, they're not one of 24 that's struggling, they're one of 170 that's struggling. And so it gets really hard when you're, in a day, instead of dealing with one or two kids with really severe mental health issues like an elementary teacher they might be seeing 10 or 15 in a day, and that gets really hard.
Okay, what we have in our third grade is we've had a student that struggled all year, and there's so many steps and so many things that have to take place as interventions before we can put him where he needs to be so he can learn, because it's taken away from the classroom as well as his own learning. So if something happens, it's going to probably be the whole year would have been taken care of. It'll be before fourth grade, I think. In a different setting, maybe.
My district, and we just got the information at a staff meeting on Wednesday, so I can't remember all the details, but somehow we're working with the county, and so we're going to be getting somebody that will be able to come to they're hoping for one in the elementary and middle school and then one in the high school. I think like a counselor, but it will be the type of person where the students or the families will be able to have their services provided right at school within the school day versus having to go to a counselor after school. They got a grant or something like that, but it sounds pretty exciting to think that they might have opportunities like that so kids can get the help they need and the families can get the help they need without having to drive, into Rochester or wherever it might be, kind of a thing. So
I do think there's definitely more awareness of it now, which is good. I feel like when I first started teaching, we didn't talk about, the mental health piece was on the licensure, but we didn't talk about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
We
and
talked
it's
about
still
special
there,
ed.
but it's not in depth, when we go
It's not where it
relicensure.
needs to be.
Right.
It's not where it needs to be. But I definitely feel like there's much more awareness about it now at my career than when I started. So it's good. We just still have a long way to go.
I think sometimes what we noticed in the third grade is that one student and their mental health issues or blessings, because I think maybe it can be both. It can go both ways. But the way it's manifesting itself in the classroom is sucking the oxygen out of all the other students there because it's not being dealt with. And it's sucking the oxygen out of the teacher. Or all of us again, because it's so draining to deal with them and lay ourselves down for them, because we want the positive out of them, and we want them to be happy and healthy, and we want them to find their place and go forward, and that takes a lot of love. But it's really hard when there's not when it's one kid and 23 others that you need to deal with, and that one kid just zaps the energy out of all the other ones. So, hey, let's move to